Hello, everybody. Good afternoon and good evening. This is Dr. Shiraz Farooq, colorectal surgeon, DaBootyDoc, and Sydney Farooq, my spouse.
Hello, everyone.
We are here at DaBootyDoc Talk to talk to you today. How are you doing?
Hey, how's everyone out there? Give you guys a couple minutes to get on here and join us. Thanks for getting in this chat, having a good discussion with us today. So, we are the DaBootyDoc Talk. I'm Sydney. This is my husband Shiraz, as he likes to introduce us in the beginning.
Hi, guys.
We are talking today, episode number 13, lucky 13.
Correct, guys. We have been here for a while, and we love to talk to you about the various things. The DaBootyDoc Talk is an educational show where we bring some humor as well as education to you and information about common anorectal and proctology problems, and hopefully that's going to make you smile some.
Yes, because we're going to get some answers to hopefully some of your questions. So if you haven't joined us before, welcome. If you've been here, then you know what we're about. The episode today is number 13. We're going to talk about probiotics. Very popular subject.
Yes, this is a very popular subject. It's very in, as they say, and everybody's talking about prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics, some biotics of some kind. So we thought we'll mix it up and talk about the probiotics today and give you some information on that.
So what do we want to know today, Doctor? I guess for starters, what are probiotics?
Well, what are probiotics? The spelling is Probiotics, probiotics. So this is something that is good for the bacteria. And before we go into probiotics, we should understand that every human being, every mammal, it has bacteria and yeast and other parasites inside our gastrointestinal lining. There are trillions of us. So these are the organisms that live amongst us. Probiotics are bacteria on the outside in the food that we ingest that have bacteria, and they promote and heal and improve the bacteria inside us. So these are additional bacteria. Probiotics are additional bacteria and yeast and other microorganisms that you ingest that help your inside bacteria and yeast, which are also known as the microbiome or the colobiome or the colon bacteria and the microbiota of the gastrointestinal lining, which is a fancy word for saying all our poop is made up of bacteria and food.
I like fancy words for that. Sounds a lot better. So the microbiota, as you said, or the microbiome in our gut is kind of communicating, helping heal our system.
Correct. It's working all the time with us.
So growing bacteria, destroying bacteria.
We are not one human being, one individual. We are trillions of bacteria and yeast and Shiraz Farooq and Sydney Farooq, and we all have our combination.
I don't have any bacteria. I'm sorry. I'm not a yeast ball. Okay?
You are actually. Trillions of them are inside us and on us and around us.
So what's the purpose then? Why do we need more? Why am I going to take a supplement or try to eat foods that are going to give me probiotics?
Because these are the good buddies. These help you heal, help you improve. So that's why they are pro. They are for you. And that's why they are for probacteria, probiome. So they are the cheerleaders, they are the troops, they are the extra nutrition, extra supplements, extra help that you need for your digestive health. And that's why probiotics are so common, so popular, and so effective.
Is this something new in science?
Hell no. Probiotics have been around forever. Since we started to eat food has been fermenting. And when the food ferments, it makes certain bacteria and certain stuff. So in different cultures, foods have been preserved by pickling them. So sometimes pickled foods have a higher content of yeast and bacteria, and when you ingest them, they actually don't make you sick, they actually heal you. And this has medicinal value, and that is the function of probiotics. So they've been around since we've been around.
And it's been something we've been applying to medicine
Quite recently.
with humans.
Yes.
I guess that's kind of what I was asking is
So they've been
why
around
is it
for
the
a
craze
while.
now?
It's the craze now because science is developing and we're learning more. So with the help of, bacteria were discovered in the 1930s when penicillin came around. So since then, when we have had the microscope and we've been able to see very deeply inside, we've realized that there are trillions of other organisms all around us, which we call parasites or bacteria or yeast or fungi or other names, and they're all there, and we can finally see them. And some of them are very good for us, and some of them are very bad for us. I forgot viruses. Coronavirus, somebody knows?
So what's the purpose then of taking it? I mean, you mentioned that it can improve your gut health because it's removing or fighting off bad bacteria. So if you have a healthy gut biome, you're taking a lot of probiotics, you're gonna have improved gut health overall just because we're fighting bacteria. It's growing good bacteria too.
So here's the distinction between prebiotics, postbiotics, and probiotics. These are three words I want people to learn. Prebiotics are foods that we eat that help the bacteria live. So imagine that you're eating the food not for yourself, for the bacteria inside you. So we call them prebiotics. They are not absorbed by us. They are mostly fiber. And fiber is a very good example, which when ferments inside the body, makes food for the colon. So that's the food for the colon is called prebiotics. Postbiotics are the material that is made by the bacteria and the fungi. Think of it as their poop and their byproducts. So these are enzymes and hormones and chemicals that are made from the bacteria.
But the body can still use it.
And body uses it as fuel and other things.
Dispose of it.
No.
Okay.
And
so the bacteria's poop is good for us.
And probiotics are the actual bacteria that you ingest. So
I see.
So when you see the word probiotics, that means that has live bacteria and live yeast, which when you ingest, multiply and grow inside you and heal you or are good for you. And that's the difference between prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics.
So would you say one weighs more value? Are the probiotics more important than consuming prebiotics or developing postbiotics?
They're all working together, and a wholesome meal is something that has the prebiotics in it, has probiotics in it, and together they make better postbiotics. And sometimes nowadays you can actually add postbiotics into your food also. So there's supplements with special postbiotics.
So there's scientists in a little dish making bacteria poop, and then they're making us eat it.
Correct. That's kind of what we are going for, yes.
That's the way we're going to put it. Interesting. Okay. So do they help me, I don't know, get more out of my food? What's the benefit if I have a healthy gut biome?
So a healthy gut basically means that from your mouth to the anus, the lining inside is healthy. So we have healthy skin, guys. Some of us have and some don't. So healthy skin means that we wash ourselves, we clean ourselves, we don't go out too much in the sun, we don't go out too much in the heat, we preserve ourselves with clothes and everything. In the same manner as we take care of our skin, the inside lining from the mouth to the anus is the inside of a tube that is lined by extra skin. And that skin is the lining of the gut. So that when you eat something, eat a cheeseburger that goes through your mouth, comes out from the bottom, has to digest. The process of digestion means that it has to pass that tube that is from the mouth to the anus, is like a tube, and has to get inside our bodies, inside our tissues, and digest. So that process of nutritional digestion happens when you eat something and it transfers and goes through the lining across inside the blood. So when you hear the word leaky gut, my gut is not healing, I'm feeling sick, I have bloating, I have gas, I have diarrhea, I have constipation, I have abdominal pain. Those are all symptoms of a bad or unhealthy gut, meaning you're not eating good, meaning you're not taking care of the health of your digestive tract. So that's where the science gets into it and tells you eat this, not that.
Right. So depending on the probiotics you're consuming, then likely you'll have a healthier gut. So you'll be able to get more out of the foods that you eat or fight off diseases.
So that's exactly what these do. The probiotics are very important, but they help to protect the barrier function of the lining of the gut. So the lining doesn't break down when you eat good food. Secondly, helps to transfer the food from the inside to outside, or from the outside to the inside of the body, and that process is called digestion. So that improves that process. It improves the nutritional value by giving us more immune boosters. So it helps to boost our immunity also, and it helps to regulate everything else in the body. So food is important, and if you eat it, the right food, your body has fuel to work and move and live.
And are there conditions it can help treat? Like if I find out that I have some sort of GI problem, am I gonna start taking probiotics like a maniac, or I want probiotics in my protein shake today?
Yes, so a lot of times adding probiotics and prebiotics and sometimes postbiotics can be beneficial for your health.
I'm not sold on postbiotics yet.
Digestive health as well as your overall health. So gut health is a very big topic, guys, because gut health means that we are eating better food. That is improving our digestion. And that digestion leads to a better immunity. And better immunity means that we live longer and healthier. So that is very important for all of us.
So I asked like what maybe diseases it might prevent?
Oh yeah, so digestive problems like irritable bowel syndrome sometimes can be helped with the help of probiotics. Some probiotics, specific bacteria and specific yeast can help with that. They can help decrease bloating and gas and gaseous distension, etc. We've also found out that some patients with inflammatory bowel disease like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, while they require medical therapy, supplements like probiotics and prebiotics can allow the healing to be faster and better. You have less symptoms of bloating, less diarrhea, and less constipation problems, less bleeding. So your symptoms might improve, and we are still working to find out why that is.
Would you consider probiotics to be, say, anti-inflammatory or immune boosters?
Probiotics can be immune boosters, and their function is to boost the immunity by going inside, working with the microbiome or the bacteria inside our body and healing them, boosting them, or allowing them to grow faster and better. So in a way, they are helping all of that together.
So it's not the probiotic itself that's boosting your immunity, but it's prepping your system
to boost it. Right. So your body is boosting itself, your body is healing itself, and body is healing with the help of trillions of bacteria, yeast, and other parasites and other organisms that live inside us, around us, and on us. And those are the friends that you have. Sometimes you have bad friends, and those cause diarrhea and cause problems. So that sometimes if you take antibiotics, so there's probiotics, which are pro-bacteria, and there are antibiotics which kill the bacteria. So when you take a medicine that is antibiotic, that is going to destroy the bacteria inside your gut.
Didn't think about that one, did you?
Mind blowing, isn't it? So antibiotics have been around forever, and we say, oh yeah, take antibiotics. What we're doing is we are killing the good bacteria inside, and also killing the bad bacteria.
Well, what's the downside to the
So
antibiotics?
So the bad bacteria you have to kill first, and then sometimes the good bacteria killed also or destroyed. And in that process, you need extra medicine. And that medicine comes in the form of prebiotics, food, and probiotic bacteria and parasites and yeast, which can help you grow back the good bacteria.
That's why you get a little warning after taking antibiotics that you might have some
Diarrhea
GI issues
Yes,
or diarrhea
correct.
or things like that.
And
So
that's-
taking probiotics can help.
Improve those symptoms. So antibiotic associated diarrhea, and sometimes there are other bacteria that cause diarrhea, like
Like infectious.
like cholera and typhoid and other salmonella and E. coli diarrhea. So those bacteria are the bad bacteria. These
Alright,
are the
so-
bad boys that will cause diarrhea.
Now I want to go out and buy some probiotics.
Yes.
So where what are my sources? Where are my resources for getting my hands on this gold?
So the hand on this brown gold, okay, is basically get a handle on food. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is go outside and find out which foods are good for you. A very, very common source
He
of
doesn't need to start foraging.
yes, go for it. But a lot of good bacteria and probiotics are found in yogurt.
I was gonna say yogurt is the one.
Number
I
one
mean,
product that
that
everybody
I
knows
hear.
about.
Yeah, yogurt.
Yogurt is there, other fermented foods, pickles, there's kombucha, which is a fermented tea, there's kefir, which is a fermented yogurt drink, there is tempeh, which is a soy that's fermented, as well as many other foods that have good bacteria in them. Now, here's a
So you can
caveat.
drink it too.
Yes.
Kombucha or.
Now, do you know that if you eat spoiled food that has bad bacteria and that can cause diarrhea?
That's why it does.
Yeah,
Right.
so yes, exactly. So the food does not have to be spoiled. Fermented food is not spoiled food. It's just food that has a different chemical composition and bacteria on it are different.
Okay, so speaking of that, that's a good point because we're all different, right?
Yes, everyone is different. Everybody's skin is different, color is different, weight, height, speak, language. Inside of bacteria may be different also. And all over the globe, they found out different people have different kinds of probiotics and
Regionally.
and bacteria inside them. Not probiotics, but microbiome may be different.
So that means that maybe we can't share the same probiotics.
No, you can share a lot of the probiotics because now we know different kinds of probiotics that can help. So the science is still very new. In the future, we will be able to say, take XYZ probiotics for this problem to improve it, or take this and that. So we are rapidly going towards a process where immune-driven medicine is coming.
Mhm.
So you're able to guide your immunity by giving it specific immune boosting bacteria and yeast. You can guide and improve it by giving it prebiotics and sometimes postbiotics.
So I'm assuming it's because these are microorganisms, but
Correct.
I see like 30 billion
Oh yeah. So
can I like overeat probiotics
So
or like,
after the food products.
scares me. Am I gonna
then-
turn into a probiotic?
No.
Is my body gonna consume from the inside out by these microorganisms?
So that's the danger you have. So
No, is it a real danger though? Like, can I have too many probiotics?
No, but if you're immunocompromised or if you have certain conditions, then these probiotics can take
Like
over
a
your
reverse
body
effect.
and you can have a reverse effect. So you have to talk to a doctor if you're immunocompromised or have certain medical
What about if you're
problems.
pregnant?
I think that is safe for most times. Yogurt has been around forever. And
Pregnant ladies, you can
pregnant
have your
ladies
yogurt.
can eat pickle stuff and yogurt and stuff, and probiotics can help them. So you raised a very good point, Sydney, that not only food, but nowadays we can supplement the food with various capsules, powders, gummies, and other ways to inject probiotics.
Are those living microorganism? Like if I have like a capsule of some
Yes,
probiotics, you're
yes.
telling me that's live
That live
probiotics?
probiotics.
Because if it's not live, it's
Yes,
obviously
it's
not
not
good too.
working. So sometimes we use dead bacteria too, but the best kind are the live bacteria.
So make sure it says live on the bottom. I'm just joking.
And also there are certain ways to preserve it. So certain probiotics have to be kept in the fridge. Some can be preserved outside in a container. But so there are different kinds of probiotics and different kind of supplements that you can use to improve your digestive health with those probiotics.
What would be like adverse reactions? Like maybe I just started chugging probiotics every day.
Some people may be allergic to the probiotics. Okay, sometimes you can have excessive diarrhea from the probiotics, and sometimes you can get bloating and gas issues initially when you start a new probiotic. So those are things that can happen, and that's why talking to your nutritionist, talking to your provider, talking to a gastroenterologist or a colorectal surgeon or your internist or any other physician
What
who's dealing
about
with that can help.
medications? Like if I'm already on some types of medication,
Yeah,
or
so
is it
there
a
are,
medication?
it's not a medication, but it can interact with certain medications. So you have to be careful as how you take the probiotics because certain medicines can overproduce or and they can interfere with the digestive health. So medications you have to be careful about also.
So don't just treat the probiotics as your cure-all. It's not an over-the-counter fix. Still see your doctor.
And it is a healthy part of your diet. It's not the end all. So if you just chug 60 billion probiotics a day, you're not going to become a healthier. But
does Popeye eat probiotics by the can?
Yes, Popeye does eat Popeye. Popeye does eat probiotics and prebiotics because he's eating some form of fiber and some form of pickled spinach. Because the pickled, the canned pickle is pickled, I think it's
getting a double whammy.
Double whammy. So probiotics, if consumed with prebiotics, give you additional boost. So we will have another conversation about prebiotics one day, and I'll lay out the whole scenario about prebiotics. But I talk about one topic in every talk. Drum roll, guys.
Staying out of this one.
The prebiotics that we talk about every time is a superfood called flaxseed. So flaxseed is an amazing prebiotic fiber that helps the probiotics do their job.
Because remember in the beginning we said the difference between pre and post and probiotics. So the prebiotics are the foods that we're consuming.
That help to make gas in the body, and they ferment the food. It's fermented, and that food fermented has short chain fatty acids and other chemicals that help the living organisms inside our gut stay alive. They give them food. So that fiber is the food for the bacteria. And if you add extra probiotics, then you're adding extra bacteria to improve the number of bacteria and improve their ratio. So that can improve the microbiome inside your digestive tract or your gut.
Can your microbiome say it changes over time?
Correct, it does.
Is it irreversible? Like say you get COVID or you have some sort of disease that affects your biome.
So the microbiome or the colobiome does change. So what we have realized that from the time that you're born to the time you die, the bacteria inside your body changes also. And sometimes you get a disease, and sometimes those disease is related to either an increase in those bacteria or a decrease in bacteria. So there's certain ratios, and they found out that people who are on a Western diet in the western part of the globe versus the people in third world countries where they eat more prebiotics, their health is better, their digestive health is better, and their chance of getting IBS, inflammatory bowel disease, and other colonic problems and colorectal cancer and diverticulosis, etc., may be also less than people in the West who are not consuming enough prebiotics and enough probiotics, and eating lots of processed meals and doing all of that stuff.
Is your biome genetic?
There is a genetic link to it too, and we believe that
If my mom's from China and then I'm born in America, do I get like a Chinese microbiome?
Initially you will, but when you come to America, the biome may change. So when the baby is born through the vaginal canal, they get some of the bacteria from the mom also, and some of the virus and some of the yeast also, and that also helps to grow their own microbiome. So that does help. And if you travel a lot, if you get traveler's diarrhea, and if you have other gastrointestinal problems, that means that the gastrointestinal lining and the bacteria inside need to be helped or improved. And that all is related to food and how you take care of your digestive health. So those are things that we commonly talk about, and it seems to be a very amazing topic and confusing, but it's very easy. Eat lots of fiber, guys. You're going to be fine.
Do a little bit of research on probiotic foods. We talked about some today.
Correct.
Get your yogurt. Try kombucha if you've always wondered what the heck is this stuff. Yeah. It's probiotic tea. So there's other milk drinks, other
fermented products that can help.
Pickled vegetables.
Correct.
So maybe you want to get a can of pickled beets tonight and chow
Or kimchi,
down.
is another source of very good probiotics. So
Yeah.
In adding this to your diet in quantities that are edible and useful is important.
Any pop quizzes or anything for us before we sign off today?
It's been a good week. We have covered digestive health as far as the microbiome is concerned, the bacteria and stuff. I would like to hear if somebody has any questions, and we can take that for the next talk.
Yeah.
But I think the next talk I'm going to talk about is the prebiotics.
I'm curious too what type of pre and probiotics you guys are using out there. So let me know what you guys are recommending, because that's stuff patients are always asking about. So nice to know what's out there in the market.
Correct. And taking care of your digestion involves anything that goes from the mouth and comes out the other way. So when you eat something, when you drink something, please keep in mind that it has billions of bacteria and other product in it. So if you're eating the right food, the right dessert or the right drink, you're going to improve your digestion, and that is going to improve your immunity and make you live longer and happier.
Yeah, and your digestive tract isn't like a solid tube. It's got a bunch of microscopic holes in it. So you are feeding your entire body with what you're consuming.
Correct. So we have been here for 30 minutes, guys. We appreciate you all. DaBootyDoc Talk with Sydney Farooq and Shiraz Farooq. We are here at Colowell, America. We will be back again. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, next week we'll have our topic posted. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
Hopefully everybody has a great weekend that's coming up, and enjoy this day.
All right. You guys have a good one. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you enjoyed the talk. Let us know what you want to hear about next. And we might have some guests on here hopefully soon. So
yes, we are also talking about that.
So if you're interested in sharing your stories, or you have someone you know would like to, leave us a message. All right. Signing off. You have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.